strategy session today. This is all about a strategy session. So, how do you conduct a strategy session? That is the topic today, and it is about organic marketing as you do, part of the organic marketing. Actually, I had started uh, with another experiment. I ran a Facebook campaign first and sought the booking appointment bookings of various clients, and then I proposed them a strategy session call because um, before we could sign any professional agreement with them. So that was one of the experiment that I had done, and when we did this strategic session call, it became a little longer, time consuming, because in the campaign itself it was not possible to mention all kinds of strategy that we can offer. It was client specific uh, and based on the client's requirement. So the requirement of various clients were obviously very different. One of them was um, say coach. Few of them were coaches. Actually, we targeted the coaches, but we also got small business people. So that was the first kind of experience. And the second thing that I received, I haven't conducted any strategic session, but I call them as offering value. So when I was categorizing my services into various levels. The value ladder, the ultimate value that I can offer was the strategy session. Actually, mentoring a person is the ultimate that one can do. So, if you want to change the if you want to bring a wider change into the world, then it is the best way to train a person. So the more you train, the 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 widespread the change will be. So that becomes my ultimate value offer. And I start with the simplest, like say strategy session. So I can speak about strategy session today, and it starts with just a simple problem solving session. So how my experience has been, there's many people who have started knowing what offer I give. They have recommended few people for my counseling, and most of them are bothered about time. They don't know how to manage time, so that was the first thing. And few others are new to this digital world, and they required some kind of roadmap as to how to go about it. Now uh, the the people that referred the clients, those were the strategy sessions with me. And when I offer the strategy sessions to potential clients, I pick up one of the most pressing problems and try to give a solution around them, those kind of problem. Now some people will take it, accept it, and some will not, because the solutions are so obvious and so small that people think that they can do it on their own. Time management is something which is a small thing. What we can do is make a to-do list and stick to your time. It is as simple as that. But how many of us can stick to time? That is something which requires a lot of practice. And one can be mindful about their time for a day, but it becomes very tiring, because one starts with keeping time minute by minute and hour by hour. You cannot do that, right? So that there are other solutions how you can do time management. The other thing is uh, kind of getting yourself out of lot many problems to focus into one. So that is the second problem solution that I offer. and and this also requires practice, because what I can suggest is, um, write down those problems in a notebook and just pick up one of them, the most important one, and focus on that. But most of the time people cannot pick up the most important problem, so the second thing that comes up also, you need to know your priority, so that becomes the third lesson, right? So our habits, our temperament, our perception, our actions, our attitude, all those things are the end result of some of the habits, some of the practices that we have been doing since a long period of time, and we cannot actually change them. And the strategy session actually take, why I solve the most important problem is because mm, it will give them insight about how many things they have to handle before they can resolve out a problem. It is not about the problem, it is about how we approach the problem, right? And if at the same time if you approach four problems, obviously n- none of that is going to be resolved. Do you agree with me on that? So that is what, so problems, the solutions are very simple, but the practice, there is a practice required. So this is what I try to hint, and mm, I think that makes sense about what all you can offer in a strategy session. The second thing, strategy session is the end result of a lot of prior work that I do. uh, how I start is I post content with regard to my subject and my activity, and then there are questions that may come up. Some people respond to those content, and they start reacting to that. Some of them see that it is a subsidiary solution to their main problem, their main business, so they refer those clients to me, uh, saying that maybe I can resolve the first problem. Like the most pressing problem, as I have discovered so far, is time management. And without having some time, people are into several kind of activities, right? Livelihood solutions, jobs, and businesses already. And taking out time for something new, which requires some engagement online as well as a lot of reading along with it, that requires lot of time, lot of dedication and commitment. Whatever you read, you need to execute. Even if it is a small action point, it has to be on regular basis. And you don't have to do something very very perfect. In digital world, we call it as thousands of imperfect actions. So, if somebody develops that habit of taking up those imperfect small actions, then it creates a huge volume of results after some time. It gives you a lot of learning. It gives you insights. So, uh, these is what I inspire also during my strategy session, and yes, so on and so forth. So the first two three things that I would like you to do is, um, just list out 4 5 things which you will do in this digital world, in your digital business. That is, learn a few things, and be sure about your vehicle. Some people are into affiliate marketing, and that is a huge market because there are established courses, established products, established videos. Those are there, and you can market them on behalf of the person who has made those products. So that is the easiest way. You have to just know the value yourself and how you have benefited, and just pass on that information to another person. So affiliate marketing is the easiest way of all. you need to discover the value of that particular product every day. So, for example, Russell Brunson's ClickFunnels is one, and there are other people who are doing copywriting courses. So those courses can also be promoted, and those will be part of the affiliate marketing. That is the simplest way, and simplest way, but not the easiest way. That is what it is: simple but not easy. Then the second, the other vehicle you can have is copywriting. The third is about designing your landing page, your funnel, and the value ladder, of course. So the value framework, flagship framework, has to be there has to be there in your mind with a blueprint. So that has to be with several components in it, and each component should link to a result. So do the first thing, achieve this result. Do the second thing, achieve the second result, and so on and so forth. So gradually you are qualifying the uh, client into the up in the value ladder. So that is the third thing. So the the entire digital world is um, based on this insight, and whatever you do, it all of them follow the same path, and everywhere that you can give value is can be a strategization, and you are not doing on their behalf, right? If there is something that you are doing on their behalf, then it is not a session, not a strategic session. You are doing it on their behalf. So be careful about not giving in after a certain point. After that, um, you need to offer, you need to pitch your own offering, and that is how your strategy session ends, and that is how this particular client can be graduated to the next level into signing up. I won't say that this client signs up immediately after this strategy session, but you keep on giving value, and there are a lot of values to offer. People are confused at different level. Somebody told me that he needs some guidance in ClickFunnels after spending lot of money, and with somebody who is teaching ClickFunnels, he was not able to learn anything. So I offer a fast strategy session, which was about mindset issues plus the ClickFunnels also. The mindset issue, why? Because he was very bitter about his experience. See, I would say that it is all very rosy kind of experience out here. Like any other business, here also you will face lot of loopholes. Just you need to have a mentor. You need to have an accountability group, with whom you need to trust. Just take their counseling, and don't fall prey to whatever the world is saying, right? When I forwarded my few charts, uh, not few, actually many, 60 initial chats to my mentor, he was saying that 90% people were trying to sell you something. So, and that is okay. So you expect that, but you don't go for the purchase unless you are very convinced about the value. Similarly, the same thing holds for you also. Whatever you are trying to sell, first you need to give the value, initial value, then only the trust gets created. And that is how the strategy session um, holds some value in the mind of the potential client, the dream client, the client that you love. So make sure that it is very, very useful for him, and it is a very enriching experience for you as well. So thank you. See you in the next class.